organizations in New Orleans because they didn't have access to those resources. Candy Chang had engaging platform for citizens, and Johanna had expertise in urban agriculture and food policy and gave access to poorer communities for better food choices. All very interesting parts of rebuilding a community and all very different. And I think that's what we're going to hear today from our panelists. So today's challenge is to hear and think about what it means to have smart innovation for sustainable growth, and I'd like to introduce our panel. First, we have Guru Banavar. He is the Technology and Innovation Leader at IBM. He's Chief Technology Officer and VP for Global Sector. We have Sel Maloui, Professor at Laval University. We have David O'Keefe, who is the head of the Crime Strategies Unit in the Manhattan DA's office. We have Gianluca Misukara, Senior Scientist at the Information Society Unit at the European Commission's Joint Research Center. And we have Wojciech Celery at the Poznan University of Economics. I'm going to allow each panel member to come up here and talk to you about their vision of what smart innovation is, and then we'll do question and answer after. Why don't you come up? Yes?
Thank you very much. Good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here this morning, just to talk to all of you leaders, thought leaders from around the world. My name is Guru Banavar, and my job is to work with cities around the world to help make them smarter. And there's a particular definition of smarter that I take, and we as IBM take to cities, and I will be spending the next few minutes talking about that, as well as our experience from having implemented more than 2,000 projects around the world in the last about 3 years. Not all of these projects are absolutely, visible and famous. Some of them are. Lots of them have shown up on television and newspapers and so forth. There's one particular project because of which I was invited here, which is the project we did in the city of Rio de Janeiro. But we've also worked in New York City right here, several small towns in the state of New York, but many cities in Europe, in Asia. I'm originally from India. I work a lot in the country of India as well. So I'm going to try to bring those experiences about what has happened in terms of developing smarter cities. But let me start by saying what I think of as smart. And for that, I think we need to step back a little bit and look at the evolution of cities, not just in the last 100 years, but maybe in the last 2,000 years or 3,000 years. Cities have always been pretty smart. They are built by creative people, and they are evolving because of the needs of those creative people, and they have been the topics of innovation for very, very long. But I think there's fundamentally something different that happened in the last, I would say, 10 years or so, maybe 20 years. And that is that there's a huge amount of data. You just talked about that as well. There's a huge amount of data. And that data is now becoming useful for making day-to-day decisions by citizens, by public managers, by private companies, by academia, by students. And that information, I think open government is a good way to put it, Megan, but I think broadly speaking, it's about all of the information that's available in cities from not only the people and all of the information that we generate because we have very sophisticated mobile phones,